welcome back to consecutive day 894 of a diary of a Runpreneur. Please do give this a subscribe and a share, as it's part of a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. And to be quite frank, the more subscriptions, shares, likes, comments we get on the content, the more money we raise. So all the information is in the link in the comments below. Thank you for support as always, and let's get started. So, consecutive day 894 of a diary of a Runpreneur. 6 days from the 900 day milestone, which is super cool, and then more excitingly 106 days away from the 1000 day milestone, which is a biggie. When you add an extra digit, you don't get them come along very often, and I think it's on the 25th of February I'll be there, which is like 4 days short of my 41st birthday. But anyway, today I want to talk about focus and strategy. And what I mean by these things is that I've always been guilty in the past in my businesses of starting focused and really having a key strategy to focus on, but very quickly it gets diluted as something else comes into the mix, something else I agree to do, something else I agree to do, and so on. And before you know it, you've got 5 or 6 strategies you're focusing on, and you're not doing one of them particularly well. And the danger with that is that you're diluting your focus on the key strategy. And I was always told that you should operate with the 70-20-10 philosophy. So 70% should be on your main strategy, 20% on your secondary strategy, and then 10% on a new opportunity of some kind. No more than that. And already at the moment I've got a big property portfolio that we also manage and have to run. I've got a trading wing of our social housing business. I've got an acquisitions wing of our social housing business. I've got an investment raising wing of our social housing business. Now, I'm segregating those out because they're all like individual kind of strategies. They all have to work in unison, but there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, a lot of people, and we've made an important decision this week that we're going to try and pass over the management of the property portfolio. So that would take, well, it's a big cut, 15% it's going to cost, with some potential commissions on top of that. But you know what? It is the right thing, because I think the sacrificing of that money every month will provide a much bigger return in the other areas. So the kind of 70-20-10 philosophy is that 70% of the focus needs to be on the trading business, because that's the one that generates the most revenue in terms of profit anyway. And then 20% on the acquisitions that we're focusing on, and then 10% on the larger potential projects. So that's how I'm breaking down my philosophy and my strategy, sorry. And one thing I would also like to add before we wrap it up today is that I've also come across a decision-making process which I found really useful today. And it's not often I've studied productivity for so long now. There's not often a new model comes along that I'm not aware of. And this is quite a simple one, really. It's for when you're making a big decision. And the big decision was to pass over the management of the property business or not. And what you do is that you create, I've got a spreadsheet, it's where I've boshed it up together really quickly, it didn't take long. And basically what you're doing is you're having a couple of columns for your different decisions. So the title of it is the management of the property portfolio, okay? And then you've got option 1, we keep it. Option 2, we pass it over to a management company to run. And then you then have your factors that affect that. So it might be, you know, the occupancy or the paying occupancy rate of the portfolio, okay? And or it might be the implementation of maintenance. It could be paying down the debt. It could be a number of facets, right? But you list them all. You probably don't want any more than 7, I'd say. But then you apply a weighting to those factors. So 10 being the most important, 1 being the least important. So you're putting a weight. So maybe the paying occupancy rate of the business would be the most important. And you might have, I don't know, reporting, for example, could be, a number 1 or 2. Okay, so So that's giving it a weighting or a multiplier. You then put under the columns of you keep it or you pass it over to the management company. You rate them out of 10 of who you think would be better at it. So the occupancy rate, well, I know that the management company has got a guaranteed rent scheme with the council that we don't have. So clearly I think they're going to be better at keeping the paying occupancy level higher. So I rank them at like 9 and us maybe at 7. Okay, and then that's a multiplier of the 10, which is how it's weighted against that. And then you go down the maintenance, you know, this company, and then you go down the paying down the debt. Technically we could potentially earn possibly a little bit more doing it ourselves, so we could pay down the debt quicker than with the management company. But then you've got time resource. It might be that we can only apply currently maybe 30% of our time, so it's for 3, as opposed to the management company that might be able to apply 70% of their time. So, and then very quickly, all these scores are being totaled up and times against their relevant multiplying factor, and then totaled down at the bottom, and it gives you a number, and it gives you a very clear decision-making reason for which way you should go. And never used it before, super useful today, because it became abundantly clear that passing over the management was the right move. Yet this is a decision I've been mulling over for months, possibly years, and this simple process has enabled me to put some data behind the decision, which is always very, very cool, because I love data. So that's it, I'm going to leave it there today. But yeah, quite a big decision has been made today. Now there's still a long way to go, and a lot of handover and transition, possibly taking us to the end of the year before it will come into fruition. But the key thing is the decision has been made, and the strategic and logical fundamentals of how we made that decision is what I've explained on how I've done today. So that's it for me today. As always, any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone. Please do give this a subscribe and a share, as to be quite frank, the more people we get in front of, the more money we raise. And it is a fundraiser for saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon. All the information is in the link in the comments below. So thank you for your support as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.